recruiters who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
The United Farm Workers issued a statement regarding Cesar Chavez, saying, quote, the late farm worker organizer who became a national civil rights icon and co-founded the UFW, is accused of abusing young women or minors. The union says, in part, some of the reports are family issues and not our story to tell or our place to comment on. And the UFW goes on to say the union does not have, quote, firsthand knowledge of any of the allegations and has not directly received reports of what they may be. The UFW says news of the allegations comes just 2 weeks before states across the country observe Cesar Chavez Day. In recent days, cities, including San Antonio, have canceled Chavez-related events. In New Mexico, investigators say they're expanding their search for a missing retired Air Force general who has not been seen for several weeks. The FBI now helping with the search. More from ABC's Aaron Katursky.
McCaslin's wallet, .38 caliber revolver, and leather holster are unaccounted for. But his hiking boots were found at his vacation home in Colorado. He is an avid outdoorsman, and the local sheriff in Albuquerque said searchers have canvassed trails, along with hundreds of area properties on foot, by air, and using drones, dogs, and horses.
The Federal Reserve Board began its two-day policy meeting today, weighing economic factors, including the job and housing markets, along with the war in Iran, before it makes a decision on interest rates. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
This is the News Radio KONP Noon Report.
Todd Ortloff for the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Tuesday, March 17th. Clallam County officials say the proposed Dungeness off-channel reservoir project continues to move ahead, but one of its largest potential funding sources may be ending. During a recent work session, Public Works staff told county commissioners the county's working to amend a 2019 ecology streamflow restoration grant to include a feasibility study on moving a fish screen to the point of diversion on the Highland Irrigation District system, a step partners say could improve fish protection and meet federal fisheries requirements. But the county's request for roughly $30 million in FEMA hazard mitigation funding now appears unlikely to move forward. Tim Cook is a hazard mitigation officer with Washington's Emergency Management Division.
Our best assessment is that we have run out of reasonable options. We could decide, if you guys wanted to pursue further data, that we could pass to a professional contractor on benefit cost analysis regarding aquifer-specific values and have him keep running tests and see where we're at. We could do that. My office has decided that's probably not the best use of dollars at this point.
County Public Works officials say the decision now comes down to whether to keep pursuing the current FEMA application or move on. County Deputy Public Works Director Steve Gray says there still could be some other funding.
Our NRCS, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, and this is probably before FEMA started really engaging with us and starting that NEPA process, they were saying their small watershed program is really a good fit for this type of work. But we had put that on hold because we were at that point in the conversations with FEMA. Whether that is still the case in the future, we can look at the Water Smart grants itself at the federal level. Typically, this kind of project might be a source. So I think there might be some sources at the federal level other than FEMA in the future.
The proposed Dungeness off-channel reservoir would be built near River Road south of Sequim and designed to store water during wetter months, then release it later in the summer. Officials say that will support salmon habitat, irrigation, and groundwater supplies in the Dungeness Basin. The much-anticipated grand opening of the new Sequim Library is this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Most but not all services will be available on that day one. Community members can explore the new building, sign up for library cards, check out materials. Additional services and programs will roll out in the coming weeks, including reservations for study and meeting rooms. A separate community celebration is planned for later this summer. National Park Service announcing yesterday that in order to align with the State Department of Fish and Wildlife fishing seasons and protect wild steelhead spawning grounds, the park is closing the upper sections of the Hoh River in the West End to recreational fishing, effective immediately. Fishing season will reopen on June 1st. A news release says the Hoh River is an important spawning ground area with high densities of wild fish, and protecting the area during the peak spawning period offers important refuge for adult fish, ensuring they can successfully reproduce and sustain their population into the future. More news after this.
Losing a loved one is overwhelming. Your mind and your heart shut down. That's where Drennan and Ford Funeral Home and Crematory comes in. They took the burden off my family's shoulders and guided us through everything we needed to do. No pushy sales tactics or unanswered questions. They just held our hands and took care of everything we asked. That's why I will always recommend Drennan and Ford for end-of-life decisions. They handle the hurt like no one else can. Call 360-457-1210.
It's time for your monthly Market Minute with critical insights from local real estate pro May Graves.
If you lose more money at the closing table than you saved by skipping the realtor, did you actually save anything at all? Hi, I'm May Graves with Real Estate Market Pros. In 2024, for-sale by owner home sales accounted for only 6% of all homes sold, according to National Association of Realtors. But in 2025, that figure dropped even more to 5%, the lowest on record. But wait, there's more. According to NAR, it was also reported in the 2025 data that for-sale by owner homes sold roughly for 18% less than sellers who used an agent. And they still had to do all the work of showing their home to potentially unqualified buyers and navigate complex contracts. If you're thinking about selling and curious about the process, call me. It's May Graves, Real Estate Market Pros. 360-461-1922.
In other news, Port Angela School District inviting families with incoming kindergarten-age students to attend a kindergarten kickoff event. It'll be tomorrow, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Port Angela School District offices on West 9th Street in PA. Families can learn more about starting kindergarten and connect with district staff. Representatives from several departments will be there to answer questions and provide information about transportation, special services, food services, etc. Families who complete their kindergarten registration at that event will get a Class of 2039 t-shirt and a backpack filled with school supplies for their student as well. Now, if you plan to complete the registration at the event, you do need to bring a birth certificate, 2 proofs of address, and an immunization certificate. Again, that kickoff is tomorrow, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Port Angela School District office. 4 years of work by one senator, Jeff Wilson, paid off over the weekend as Governor Bob Ferguson signed a bill that's aimed at boosting kit homes across our state. Tracy Ellis reports.
The new law tells the State Building Code Council to create rules for small 800-square-foot kit homes, making it easier and cheaper for people to add tiny homes or backyard units.
Housing affordability should be the number one thing we focus on here in Washington State, and I'm proud to say that our kit home legislation, it will do just that.
Wilson says standardized designs could cut costs and help tackle the state's housing shortage.
It provides another option or menu to the type of house or housing that you can provide for yourself, your loved ones, your relatives, even an ADU. They can be in the form of a kit home.
In Olympia, I'm Tracy Ellis.
Electric vehicle makers Rivian and Lucid could soon sell cars directly to consumers in Washington under a bill passed by the legislature. Senate Bill 6354, approved with bipartisan support, would allow certain U.S.-based EV manufacturers to operate showrooms without going through traditional dealerships, similar to Tesla's model. To qualify, companies must produce only electric vehicles, meet sales thresholds, and follow state dealer regulations. The bill now is before the governor. SeaTac Airport will not air a federal video blaming Democrats for travel delays during the ongoing government shutdown. Airport officials say the message is too political, marking the second time SeaTac has declined a similar request from the Department of Homeland Security. The video reportedly claims longer wait times are tied to the shutdown, affecting TSA staffing. Airport leaders say screening delays remain limited, with most passengers waiting under 20 minutes. Meanwhile, SeaTac has opened a food pantry to support federal workers who are going without pay right now. Officials say recent flight delays have largely been tied to severe weather elsewhere in the country and not staffing shortages at SeaTac. And a 46-year-old federal wayman is in custody, accused in the shooting that injured 6 people in San Jose just hours after the Super Bowl. Police say the violence broke out during an altercation between 2 groups in a crowded downtown area February 8th. Investigators believe the suspect opened fire after being pushed. hitting 6 people. All survived, though one victim now is in a wheelchair. Detectives tracked the suspect using license plate reader technology and later arrested him at his Washington home. With help from federal and local authorities, he's now in the King County Jail on a fugitive warrant, awaiting extradition to California. This is News Radio KONP.
What's really in your water? Hi, this is Sidian Kaufman, owner of Pure Water Northwest. Call us for a free in-home water test to tell you exactly what is in your water and how you can get better than bottled water right from your tap. From whole home filtration and water softening to 5-stage reverse osmosis systems, we are the only licensed water treatment company in Western Washington, so we can help you with all your plumbing needs as well.
Call 360-908-8947 or purewaternorthwest.com.
This afternoon on the Todd Ortloff Show, we'll talk with some folks from the Port Angeles School District. Then the Port Angeles Symphony's conductor, Jonathan Pasternak, reviews the orchestra's upcoming performance of Brahms, Rossini, and Nielsen.
Join us at 1 o'clock Monday through Thursday for the Todd Ortloff Show on KONP. Information to keep you engaged in your community with the people and organizations who keep it running. Sponsored by Dan Shappy, Farmers Insurance.
Deep right field, Cal Raleigh, he has stung the Blue Jays yet again.
Seattle Mariners baseball is back on News Radio KONP. Join us all season long for live play-by-play of every pitch, every big hit, at every moment that matters as the Mariners try for the World Series. Whether you're on the road, at work, or at home, the M's are right here with you. Catch Mariners baseball on AM 1450, FM 101.7 and 101.3. Brought to you by Leith Farm Supply and Equipment Sales.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast. Brought to you by All Weather Heating and Cooling. Rain likely this afternoon, otherwise overcast skies. High temperatures reach up to 54. Winds out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rain likely tonight, lows level off around 47. Overcast skies. Cloudy skies tomorrow. Rain likely. Daytime highs approaching 57. Temps a bit above average Thursday and Friday with highs in the mid-50s. Scattered showers possible both days. A peek at the extended shows, 48 Saturday, 49 Sunday, and 49 on Monday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, 50.
Making a double-digit win streak. Good morning, I'm Jay Reynolds. Atlanta getting a 41-point night from Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and the Hawks beat the Magic 124-112. That's now 10 straight wins for the Hawks. They snap Orlando's 7-game win streak. Atlanta tied with the Sixers for 8th in the East. Celtics get a 41-point night from Jaylen Brown. Boston won 20-112 over the Suns, who get 40 from Devin Booker in the loss. Lakers hold off the Rockets. They win 100-92 for their 6th consecutive win. Luka Doncic, 36 in the win. Warriors beat the Wizards. That's now 12 straight losses for Washington, while in the win for Golden State, it's win number 600 for Steve Kerr as coach.
You can't win in this league without great players, and I was blessed from the day I took this job with incredible talent.
Kerr has 601 wins as a player, now has 600 as a coach. He and Don Nelson, the only two to do that. Spurs get past the Clippers 119-115. 50 wins for San Antonio for the first time since 2017. Chicago by 25 over the Grizzlies, who've dropped 8 straight. College hoops, men's action tonight in Dayton with the first 4 getting underway. Alabama, the 4th seed in the Midwest, heading into the tournament without its number 2 scorer. Aiden Holloway was arrested yesterday on felony drug charge. Baseball, Venezuela with 3 in the 7th. They rallied past Italy to win their semifinal last night.
The set, the payoff, swing and a miss! For the first time ever, Venezuela's in the WBC Finals.
They advance to face the U.S. in tonight's final, 8 p.m. Eastern in Miami. The call on Sirius XM MLB Radio. Football, Niners agree to terms on a 1-year deal with wide receiver Christian Kirk. Chiefs acquire quarterback Justin Fields in a trade with the Jets. New York going to pick up $7 million of his $10 million salary for this season. Hockey, Detroit 5-2 over Calgary. Patrick Kane with 2 of the goals. He's now 4th all-time in goals by a U.S.-born player.
In local sports, former Port Angeles Rough Rider shortstop Alex Angevine having a solid freshman season at Western Oregon University. Angevine, now playing mostly in the outfield, has made 14 starts with 46 at-bats. He's hitting .261 with 12 hits, including 3 doubles and a home run. along with 6 walks and 7 RBIs. The Red Wolves, currently at 9-12 on the season, will play a 4-game series at Central Washington April 10th and 11th, followed by another 4-game set at St. Martin's April 30th through May 1st. Former Rough Rider third baseman Josiah Gooding is off to a good start as well at Olympic College. Gooding has appeared in all 14 games during his freshman season, marking 4 starts. He's got 35 at-bats with 8 hits, including 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. He's driven in 5 runs and is hitting .229. Former Rough Rider Zoe Smithson putting together another all-conference caliber season for the PLU Lutes. Smithson, who earned second-team All-Northwest Conference honors last season, along with third-team All-Region recognition, is now a senior playing catcher and outfield. This season, she's made 11 starts, is hitting .371 with 13 hits and 35 at-bats. She scored 8 runs with 1 double, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. The Lutes are 8-4 on the season. There's a full schedule of high school sports today locally, although weather could impact a lot of the games. In baseball, Port Angeles travels to North Mason. Squim hosts Kingston, both games set to start at 4:15. In boys soccer, the Rough Riders host North Mason, and Squim travels to Kingston. Both matches start at 7. And in tennis, Port Angeles travels to North Mason, while Squim will host Kingston. Both those matches begin at 4 o'clock. Kraken hockey back on the air tonight against Tampa Bay. 6:30 airtime here on KONP. Kraken hockey brought to you by Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales.
One sip of tropical lime-flavored Mountain Dew Baja Blast will turn this into this. Your barbecue into a cabana. And your backyard into an island oasis. With a blast of tropical lime flavor, you can bring the beach vibes with you everywhere. Grab some friends and ice-cold Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the do.
Hi, this is John Holm, president of Tri-State Roofing, your local and family-owned company. If you're interested in a metal roof, prices are going up across the country, but we receive volume discounts through the manufacturer, and we pass that savings on to you. Act now and call 360-208-2222. Financing is available.
Tri-State Roofing, we got you covered.
News Radio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks spent much of the day higher on hopes for a better shipping environment for crude oil in the Middle East soon. Investors also watching rising crude prices. Shares of United and other major airlines getting positive attention on Wall Street after saying sales were strong, but rising jet fuel prices were problematic. Rents are still too high, but falling. Realtor.com says median monthly rent on a studio, 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, has fallen to about $1,670, the lowest since March of 2022, with the biggest drop in Sunbelt areas like Austin, Birmingham, and Phoenix. But rents are still rising in some other markets, including Virginia Beach and San Jose. And do you have an old game console in your closet? If so, it could be worth cash money. GameStop says the Nintendo Wii U, Xbox 360, and Sony PlayStation 3 are now officially retro consoles, and GameStop is giving an extra 10% to people who trade those in. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Jump into spring and onto your new sleeper sofa by American Leather. At Angelus Furniture, you'll find savings you can't beat at the Sleeper Sofa Sale. It's springtime, but you won't feel any springs in your sleeper sofa. Save 10% off all American Leather sleeper sofas and get 0% financing OAC. Savings are blooming because spring is here. Stop by Angelus Furniture today, 1114 East 1st Street.
Bad Boy Mowers' legendary reputation for build strength, performance, and value is now available with Bad Boy tractors. From mid-size to subcompact models, powered by 22 to 35 horsepower water-cooled diesel engines, your tractor work just got real. Easy on the farm, the ranch, or even around the house. Bad Boy tractors deliver on power and durability all day, every day.
Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales is your Bad Boy tractor dealer in Squim.
Bad Boy tractors, work with an attitude.
News Radio KONP, traffic and roads.
Up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go now, and that's where Steve's standing by. He's watching the roads for us this noon hour. Good afternoon, Steve.
Hi there. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, we're still doing good out there traffic-wise. It's definitely busy right now. The lunchtime crowd making its way through. Both First Street and Front Street pretty busy with a lot of vehicles right now. Pretty close to the speed limit all the way through, though. You shouldn't have too many problems making your way around. Squim's the same way along Washington Street, Squim Avenue, just busy out there right now. If you're on the highway between the two cities, no real problems out there. A little slow through our construction area, but overall traffic's moving along pretty well out there. If you're headed beyond the Squim area, Hood Canal Bridge is good to go. Right now, nothing scheduled for this afternoon, and looks like State Ferry is also running on time today. West End traffic, 101, we're in good shape all the way out to the Forks area. No real issues out there. Still a little bit wet in places, but overall, traffic moving right along at the speed limit. So everybody take care. Enjoy your afternoon. This is Steve reporting live from Clown Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Steve. Another update from you in about a half hour. Your weather forecast for today, rain at times, although we're getting a little bit of sunbreak activity, which is good. Highs in the 50s today. The rain back tonight, overnight, lows into the mid to upper 40s, and then more rain tomorrow. Highs will be in the mid-50s. We could get into the low 60s by tomorrow afternoon. Currently across the North Peninsula right now, Port Townsend in the east end at 51. Out west, Forks checking in at 52. It's 54 now in Squim, and it's 52 degrees out at Fairchild Airport here in Port Angeles. Well, when it comes to alcohol and dementia, some new news on how much is too much in this Medical Minute.
A large analysis published in BMJ Evidence-Based Medicine found that even moving from 1 to 3 drinks a week raised the risk of dementia by 15%. The researchers reported that no amount of alcohol was protective for the brain, directly contradicting earlier studies that suggested moderate drinking might help. In fact, the risk of developing dementia went up steadily as alcohol intake increased. Experts say the findings add to a growing body of evidence showing that alcohol is neurotoxic. That is, it damages brain cells and blood vessels. They say that the less you drink, the better it is for long-term brain health. If you or a loved one has difficulty managing alcohol use, help is available. Talk to your doctor or call the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration hotline at 1-800-662-HELP. With this Medical Minute, I'm Olivia Rubin.
From ABC News Tech Trends, one of the most valuable companies in the world, computer chip manufacturer NVIDIA, is holding GTC this week.
Yeah, GTC is the developer conference for NVIDIA. It's really where they lay out their products, their roadmap, their view of the year in San Jose.
Wedbush Securities tech analyst Dan Ives says CEO Jensen Huang is signaling that demand for his company's processors, which are favored by AI companies, will double by the end of next year.
The $500 billion backlog that NVIDIA has talked about the last 6 months, they just say is now over $1 trillion 2027. So that's a huge number.
But it all comes as the AI market faces an energy crunch, with chips like NVIDIA's eating up a lot of power in data centers and driving up electricity bills.
Speaks to the energy shortage issue because there's more data centers under construction today than active data centers. And that right now is what Jensen's trying to navigate.
With Tech Trends, I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
I'm a big believer that it's the small changes you make every day that can lead you to feeling your best. They're achievable, they are stackable, and sustainable. Try to start every day with a few quiet minutes. To yourself, focus on your breath, set your intentions for the day, and do this before you ever look at a screen. Before you race to the coffee machine, drink a big glass of water. This doesn't only help your gut, research has shown that proper hydration supports cognitive function and energy levels. At the end of the day, you want to create your very own wind-down ritual an hour before bed, whatever that might look like for you. But again, away from screens if you can. And as you get back into bed, it's all about breathing again. Listen to an audio-only meditation or try progressive muscle relaxation. That really works for me. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart, and this is One Moment in America. Ever heard someone say that something has gone to pot? Wonder where that saying came from? I'll give you the answer after this important message.
If you've been hearing my radio programs now for the last 20 years, you know that I've been telling the true stories of those who have followed God's ways to make America the greatest nation in the world. So what's the latest? Well, we're now doing this nation-saving work full-time, and we need your help by becoming one of our ambassadors, subscribing to All We Have for just $5.95 per month. To get what? Number one, full access to our amazing website that is full of over 100 true stories to teach us with these stories how America is to act and operate. We also have lessons for all ages to teach us what we must do now. And our children, they will be our nation's leaders very soon. I will have live presentations online for you to hear, maybe even to participate. And when must this all get started? Now. Call our offices today at 817-995-6965 or go to our website at www.jerrystewartusa.com and email our office. God bless you.
In the early days of our nation, there were men called smiths or blacksmiths. They worked with metal, forming it, shaping it. And as these smiths worked with the metal, they would throw the broken pieces of the metal into a pot because they had no further use. So it came to be said that if someone or something had no value, you got it. It had gone to pot. But every once in a while, on some rare occasion, the smith would look into that pot and salvage a piece previously considered to be worthless. Have you lived a worthless life with nothing really to show for it? Ask God, the Almighty Smith, to pull you out of the pot and redeem you. I'm Jerry Stewart, and that was One Moment in America.
This is Jonathan Pasternak, Artistic Director of the Port Angeles Symphony, inviting you to join me for our next concert, Saturday, March 21st at 7:30 p.m. at the Port Angeles High School Performing Arts Center. Hunter Gordon returns to his hometown to perform Gioacchino Rossini's Concerto for Bassoon. Also featured on the program are the Academic Festival Overture by Johannes Brahms, as well as Carl Nielsen's mighty Symphony No. 4, The Inextinguishable. Seats are available for our Concert and Cuisine Gala fundraiser dinner and auction on Saturday, April 11th, featuring pianist Alexander Tutanov performing Grieg's Piano Concerto with full orchestra. Tickets for both the March 21st concert and April 11th gala are available online at portangelessymphony.org, at Port Book and News, by calling us at 457-5579 or at the door before the concerts. See you at the Symphony.
This afternoon on the Todd Ort Live Show, we'll talk with some folks from the Port Angeles School District. Then the Port Angeles Symphony's conductor, Jonathan Pasternak, reviews the orchestra's upcoming performance of Brahms, Rossini, and Nielsen.
Join us at 1 o'clock Monday through Thursday for the Todd Ort Live Show on KONP. Information to keep you engaged in your community with the people and organizations who keep it running. Sponsored by Dan Shappy, Farmers Insurance.
Love the classic hits of the 1970s and 80s? Then you won't want to miss Black Diamond Junction live at the Squim Elks Lodge. Join the band this Sunday night for an evening packed with music you grew up on. All your favorite 70s and 80s classic hits performed live. The show runs 6 till 8:30 p.m. So bring some friends and enjoy a great night out. Admission is just $12 for guests or $10 for Elks members with an ID. Black Diamond Junction live this Sunday evening at the Squim Elks Lodge.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Israel says it has killed two of Iran's leading military figures.
The Israeli defense minister says that the Israeli military has killed top Iranian security official Ali Larijani in an overnight strike Israel Katz made the announcement on Tuesday. The Israeli military also announced it had killed Gholam Reza Soleimani, the head of the Revolutionary Guard's Bajij militia, a key force used to suppress demonstrations in the Islamic Republic. The killings again strip away top Iran leaders after the February 28 strike that killed 86-year-old Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
President Trump today fumed in a post, quote, "We do not need the help of anyone," to break up Iran's grip on the Strait of Hormuz, but he says he is disappointed with longtime allies who've denied a request for help.
I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake, and I've long said that, I wonder whether or not NATO would ever be there for us. So this was a great test, because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
As the U.S.-Israeli war with Iran wages, the analysts say it's extremely dangerous right now for vessels to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, where they're vulnerable to attack from Iran's anti-ship missiles, drones, and mines. Senate Republicans have kicked off a talkathon on a voter ID bill supported by the president.
For the next several days, GOP senators will hold the Senate floor and debate a bill that Republican leader John Thune has repeatedly said doesn't have enough support for passage. But Republicans are moving ahead with the talkathon because of President Trump's insistence. The legislation would require proof of citizenship to vote and eliminate mail-in ballots. And the president warns he'll never, ever endorse anyone who votes against the bill. Greg Clugston, Washington.
More on these stories at townhall.com.
So my friends over at Pure Talk have been sending me customer feedback from consumeraffairs.com, where thousands of people rate and review the top wireless providers. Here, for instance, is a nice note from James in Raleigh, North Carolina, who writes, quote, "After hearing Mike Rowe's ad, we made the switch to Pure Talk, and we couldn't be happier. We went from spending $1,200 a year with T-Mobile to $420 with Pure Talk. Thanks, Mike. Switch today!" Exclamation point. Pure Talk is saving James $820 a year. And because he literally wrote the words "switch today" in capital letters with an exclamation point, I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this commercial to him. So folks, take it from James in Raleigh, North Carolina. Pure Talk can give you unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month on the same 5G service the big guys are overcharging you for. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. You'll also save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 to save an additional 50%. Thanks, James.
The flight tracking site FlightAware says more than 750 flights scheduled to fly into, out of, or within the U.S. have been called off as of early this morning, about 1,300 delayed because of the storms that swept the eastern part of the country yesterday. A New York man exonerated and freed after 20 years.
Prosecutors drop a case against a New York man who has spent nearly 20 years in prison for a less than $600 robbery they now agree he did not commit. On Monday, the Brooklyn DA's office asked a judge to throw out 61-year-old Kenneth Winley's conviction and dismiss his indictment. He was arrested in 2005 after using what turned out to be a stolen money order to buy his mother a stove at an appliance store. Prosecutors say since Winley's trial, new evidence, including confessions from two other men who were convicted in similar robberies, supported his claim of innocence. Julie Walker, New York.
Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Nicole Winfield reports the Vatican Appeals Tribunal has declared a mistrial in the Holy See's big trial of the century.
This trial had really been held up as evidence of Pope Francis's willingness to crack down on financial misconduct in the Holy See. A cardinal was put on trial, as well as several other people. All but one of them were convicted. And now we have the appeals court saying, no, there were procedural errors, both by Pope Francis and prosecutors. This is a mistrial, and you have to do it again. They're essentially declaring null this first phase of the trial and ordering up a new trial to begin.
The Kennedy Center Board has voted to go forward with a 2-year closure and renovation plan. The center will close after July 4th celebration for roughly 2 years. Then there's a grand reopening scheduled to follow once the project is finally complete. You'll find more on these stories at townhall.com.
This is the News Radio KONP Noon Report.
John Ortloff for the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Tuesday, March 17th. Clallam County officials say the proposed Dungeness off-channel reservoir project continues to move ahead, but one of its largest potential funding sources may be ending. During a recent work session, Public Works staff told county commissioners the county's working to amend a 2019 ecology streamflow restoration grant to include a feasibility study on moving a fish screen to the point of diversion on the Highland Irrigation District system, a step partners say could improve fish protection and meet federal fisheries requirements. But the county's request for roughly $30 million in FEMA hazard mitigation funding now appears unlikely to move forward. Tim Cook is a hazard mitigation officer with Washington's Emergency Management Division.
Our best assessment is that we have run out of reasonable options. We could decide, if you guys wanted to pursue further data, that we could pass to a professional contractor on benefit cost analysis regarding aquifer-specific values and have him keep running tests and see where we're at. We could do that. My office has decided that's probably not the best use of dollars at this point.
County Public Works officials say the decision now comes down to whether to keep pursuing the current FEMA application or move on. County Deputy Public Works Director Steve Gray says there still could be some other funding.
Our NRCS, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, and this is probably before FEMA started really engaging with us and starting that NEPA process, they were saying their small watershed program is really a good fit for this type of work. But we had put that on hold because we were well at that point in the conversations with FEMA. Whether that is still the case in the future, we can look at the Water Smart grants itself at the federal level. Typically, this kind of project might be a source. So I think there might be some sources at the federal level other than FEMA in the future.
The proposed Dungeness off-channel reservoir would be built near River Road south of Sequim and designed to store water during wetter months, then release it later in the summer. Officials say that will support salmon habitat, irrigation, and groundwater supplies in the Dungeness Basin. The much-anticipated grand opening of the new Sequim Library is this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Most but not all services will be available on that day one. Community members can explore the new building, sign up for library cards, check out materials. Additional services and programs will roll out in the coming weeks, including reservations for study and meeting rooms. A separate community celebration is planned for later this summer. National Park Service announcing yesterday that in order to align with the State Department of Fish and Wildlife fishing seasons and protect wild steelhead spawning grounds, the park is closing the upper sections of the Hoh River in the West End to recreational fishing, effective immediately. Fishing season will reopen on June 1st. A news release says the Hoh River is an important spawning ground area with high densities of wild fish, and protecting the area during the peak spawning period offers important refuge for adult fish, ensuring they can successfully reproduce and sustain their population into the future. More news after this.
We've got a surefire way for you to feel lucky this St. Paddy's Day. Get a saltwater hot spring spa from Olympic Hot Tub. Take advantage of big savings and get 5 years to pay for it interest-free. But hurry, this deal ends St. Patrick's Day. OlympicHotTub.com.
Hey, if you've been dreaming of new cabinetry, now is the perfect time to make it happen. At Hartnagel Building Supply, we're offering 15% off all cabinetry box orders, now through January 31st. Just mention you heard it on the radio. Each piece we offer is American-made and built to last. So whether it's for your kitchen, bath, mudroom, or garage, you'll know you're getting lasting quality and craftsmanship. We know it can be hard to find cabinetry contractors, and when you do, they're often booked out for months. That's why we handle the entire process in-house with our employee-owned team. From free in-home measurements to custom 3D designs and professional installation, we make it simple, seamless, and stress-free, start to finish. So come visit our showroom at Hartnagel's or go to lumbertraders.com/CAB to start your project, or call us at 360-417-8385 to connect with our cabinetry team. We deeply appreciate you for shopping local and employee-owned.
In other news, Port Angela School District inviting families with incoming kindergarten-age students to attend a kindergarten kickoff event. It'll be tomorrow, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Port Angela School District offices on West 9th Street in PA. Families can learn more about starting kindergarten and connect with district staff. Representatives from several departments will be there to answer questions and provide information about transportation, special services, food services, etc. Families who complete their kindergarten registration at that event will get a Class of 2039 t-shirt and a backpack filled with school supplies for their student as well. Now, if you plan to complete the registration at the event, you do need to bring a birth certificate, 2 proofs of address, and an immunization certificate. Again, that kickoff is tomorrow, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Port Angeles School District office. 4 years of work by one senator, Jeff Wilson, paid off over the weekend as Governor Bob Ferguson signed a bill that's aimed at boosting kit homes across our state. Tracy Ellis reports.
The new law tells the State Building Code Council to create rules for small 800 square foot kit homes, making it easier and cheaper for people to add tiny homes or backyard units.
Housing affordability should be the number one thing we focus on here in Washington State, and I'm proud to say that our kit home legislation, it will do just that.
Wilson says standardized designs could cut costs and help tackle the state's housing shortage.
It provides another option or menu to the type of house or housing that you can provide for yourself, your loved ones, your relatives, even an ADU. They can be in the form of a kit home.
In Olympia, I'm Tracy Ellis.
Electric vehicle makers Rivian and Lucid could soon sell cars directly to consumers in Washington under a bill passed by the legislature. Senate Bill 6354, approved with bipartisan support, would allow certain U.S.-based EV manufacturers to operate showrooms without going through traditional dealerships, similar to Tesla's model. To qualify, companies must produce only electric vehicles, meet sales thresholds, and follow state dealer regulations. The bill now is before the governor. SeaTac Airport will not air a federal video blaming Democrats for travel delays during the ongoing government shutdown. Airport officials say the message is too political, marking the second time SeaTac has declined a similar request from the Department of Homeland Security. The video reportedly claims longer wait times are tied to the shutdown, affecting TSA staffing. Airport leaders say screening delays remain limited, with most passengers waiting under 20 minutes. Meanwhile, SeaTac has opened a food pantry to support federal workers who are going without pay right now. Officials say recent flight delays have largely been tied to severe weather elsewhere in the country and not staffing shortages at SeaTac. And a 46-year-old federal wayman is in custody, accused in the shooting that injured 6 people in San Jose just hours after the Super Bowl. Police say the violence broke out during an altercation between 2 groups in a crowded downtown area February 8th. Investigators believe the suspect opened fire after being pushed, hitting 6 people. All survived, though one victim now is in a wheelchair. Detectives tracked the suspect using license plate reader technology and later arrested him at his Washington home with help from federal and local authorities. He's now in the King County Jail on a fugitive warrant, awaiting extradition to California. This is News Radio KONP.
Looking for the next place to call home? Come to our Lavender Meadows and Swim. Beautiful, affordable homes for active 55-plus adults. Our modern, low-maintenance homes give you more time to enjoy life. More than a home, you'll enjoy community, active lifestyle, value, and security. We're confident you'll appreciate the modern amenities too. Come to our Lavender Meadows and Swim or online at lavendermeadowsmhc.com.
Come see Price Ford when shopping for your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Interested in a new Ford F-150 for those tough tasks? A sleek Ford Mustang, or a versatile Escape for your daily commute? Price Ford has a comprehensive selection for every need and budget. Our knowledgeable sales team will help you find the perfect vehicle that fits your lifestyle and budget. Price Ford, next to Walmart in Port Angeles. Always right on the price.
This is Lee Habib, and I get asked all the time why we do all of those segments on Our American Stories about people who found the American dream. And we do it because it's true. This country has great stories to tell, and we tell them on this station every week. Because one thing I've learned is this: there's an American story in all of us. Join me for Our American Stories right here.
Weekdays from 8 to 10 p.m. and Sunday afternoons from 1 to 3.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by All Weather Heating and Cooling. Rain likely this afternoon, otherwise overcast skies. High temperatures reach up to 54, winds out of the east, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Rain likely tonight. Lows level off around 47. Overcast skies. Cloudy skies tomorrow. Rain likely. Daytime highs approaching 57. Temps a bit above average Thursday and Friday with highs in the mid-50s. Scattered showers possible both days. A peek at the extended shows, 48 Saturday, 49 Sunday, and 49 on Monday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, 50.
Sports with Robert Workman next.
At the World Baseball Classic semifinals in Miami, Venezuela rallied past Italy 4-2, scoring 3 times in the 7th inning on 3 consecutive RBI singles with 2 outs by Ronald Acuna Jr., Mikel Garcia, and Luis Arraez. So that means tonight it's Venezuela versus the U.S., 1 game to decide the WBC championship in Miami. NBA, the Spurs sank the Clippers 119-115 for their 50th win of the season. Luka Doncic had 36 to lead the Lakers over the Rockets. That's 6 straight wins for those LA guys. Hawks down the Magic for their 10th win in a row, a career-best 41 points for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Celtics blocked out the Suns. Jaylen Brown scored 18 of his 41 points in the 4th quarter.
I approached the game the same, just physical, getting downhill, playing off 2 feet. They made the call tonight.
Warriors whacked the Wizards. That's 12 straight L's for D.C. Bulls blew by the Grizzlies. Memphis has dropped 8 in a row. Blazers lit up the Nets, and the Pelicans powered past the Mavericks. The NCAA basketball tournament begins tonight with 2 of the first 4 games in Dayton. 2 more games tomorrow night. Then the first round starts Thursday and Friday. Midwest 4-seed Alabama will take on Hofstra on Friday without guard Aiden Holloway after his arrest on felony drug charges. He was the Tide's number 2 scorer this season. The NIT for the best of the rest also tips off tonight. 8 games on campus sites and 8 more tomorrow. Hockey, the Penguins rocked the league-leading Avalanche 7-2, scoring 4 times in the first period. Evgeny Malkin with 2 of those as he returned from a 5-game suspension. The Red Wings used a 4-goal second period to douse the Flames, and the Mammoths scored 4 in the third to top the Stars. That's Tuesday Sports.
This afternoon on the Todd Ortloff Show, we'll talk with some folks from the Port Angeles School District. Then the Port Angeles Symphony's conductor, Jonathan Pasternak, reviews the orchestra's upcoming performance of Brahms, Rossini, and Nielsen.
Join us at 1 o'clock Monday through Thursday for the Todd Ortloff Show on KONP. Information to keep you engaged in your community with the people and organizations who keep it running. Sponsored by Dan Shappy, Farmers Insurance.
What's the misconception when considering new cabinets for your home?
I think a lot of people are under the impression that if they go to the box stores, they're going to pay a lot less for their cabinets.
That's Tony from Tim's Cabinets.
Going custom cabinets, you're usually paying about the same or less.
Tim's Custom Cabinets in Sequim. 40-plus years experience ensures your cabinet project will be done right.
Let me help make the process comfortable. And at the end, you're going to be extremely happy with what we've done for you.
Tim's Custom Cabinets Sequim.
News Radio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The maker of Dove and Axe, along with Hellmann's Mayonnaise, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and other food products, is thinking about separating its food assets. Sources say Unilever is considering spinning off some of the brands or keeping the food businesses and separating out the rest. A sea of green on Wall Street this St. Patrick's Day as investors hope ships will start moving through the Strait of Hormuz again. Crude oil futures, though, are higher. The spandex market is seeing red. Spandex maker Lycra filing for bankruptcy after years of being financially stretched. And have pubs will travel. The small business Tiny Pubs, delivering wee tiny pubs on wheels for holidays, weddings, and backyard parties, including St. Patrick's Day. The pubs are decorated with antique signs, church pews, and other details to recreate the feel of a traditional Irish pub and can fit into a driveway. They say business is good right now, limited to New England. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Let's get a last check in the noontime roads and traffic conditions next.
As leaves fall and temperatures drop, that means cold and flu season is here. But don't worry, the best defense is a good offense, and we have 2 ways to keep you healthy. First, regular hand washing can help keep cold and flu viruses at bay. Second, protect yourself and your loved ones by getting your flu shot. It's safe, it's effective, and it's your best bet against the flu. So, wash those hands, get a flu vaccine, and let's beat the cold and flu together. Brought to you by Olympic Medical Center.
Sensitive to dust, mold, or allergens? You can breathe easier at McCrory Carpet One thanks to their Healthier Living installation system that features cleaner installation practices. Their HEPA vacuum system removes the old dust, and a Heathinex antimicrobial treatment is used before they install your new floor. If it's new carpeting in your home, they include their hypoallergenic premium cushion that inhibits the growth of mold and mildew. Best of all, there's no extra charge for this healthier install, only at McCrory Carpet One.
News Radio KONP, traffic and roads.
Up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go one last time. That's where Steve's standing by with an eye on the roads for us. Good afternoon, Steve.
Hi there. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, doing pretty good overall. If you are out and about in the Port Angeles area, excuse me, there's really not too much of a problem making your way around. It's definitely busy out there. Excuse me, in the downtown Port Angeles area especially. A lot of traffic right now trying to make its way through, but it is moving along pretty smooth, pretty close to the speed limit. Just some delays at the stoplights. If you're on Highway 101 between Port Angeles and Sequim, you should be in good shape as well. It's a little bit on the busy side out there, especially through our construction area, but overall traffic moving along pretty good. If you're headed beyond the Sequim area, our Hood Canal Bridge is good to go with no scheduled marine openings. Looks like State Ferry is also running on time today. If you're headed out to the west end, 101, we're in good shape all the way out to the Forks area. Roads in good shape. A few little rainy spots along the way, but overall, not much of a problem making their way out there. So everybody take care. Enjoy your afternoon. This is Steve reporting live from Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Steve. Again, to check the weather. Well, rain, pretty much. We had a little break there, but the rain's going to come back this afternoon. Highs today in the 50s. Rain through tonight. Lows in the mid to upper 40s. More rain tomorrow. Highs will be in the mid-50s, maybe in the low 60s. Right now across the North Peninsula, in Port Townsend down at the east end, 51 degrees. Out west at Forks, 54. It's 55 now in Sequim and 52 degrees out at Fairchild Airport here in Port Angeles. Well, the man behind an 80s radio classic is lending his song and its phone number to a cancer support hotline. Here's ABC's Wayne Cabot.
Everybody knows that song. It's the number 3 password in the world.
Tommy Two-Tone is putting Jenny's number to good use. Anyone who calls the cancer support community at CSC 867-5309 will get support, information, and personalized guidance.
I don't know why it resonates so well. I figured it would be here for 6 months and then everybody be into the 70s or the 90s.
Lead singer Tommy Heath swears there was a real Jenny. That was her parents' number, and he still speaks with her. Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
All right, NCAA March Madness is here. Every year we hear it costs employers over $1 billion in lost productivity. Not true. Most time management experts agree the average worker wastes roughly the same amount of time every day on non-work activities, regardless. So if March Madness games weren't going on, we'd be wasting our time on Facebook or watching cat videos or taking a longer lunch instead. Basically, when there's downtime or the boss isn't around, we fill our time with non-work stuff sometimes. This time of the year, it's stuff, though, related to college basketball.
Meta is reportedly licensing Google's AI. Let that sink in. One of the most powerful tech companies, with more money than most countries, said, "We can't build this fast enough. Give us yours." This is the start of something huge. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN. When you're online, you're tracked. Keep your activity private and secure. Right now, get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. We're heading into the era of AI utilities. Most companies will stop trying to build their own AI. They'll plug into someone else's. Google's, OpenAI's, Anthropic's. That leaves maybe 3 companies running the world's intelligence infrastructure, and everyone else is just a customer. Think about what happened with internet providers. We thought competition would keep prices fair and service great. It did not. AI consolidation is starting to rhyme with that story. Watch this space. The future of AI is narrowing fast to a very small group of very powerful hands. And stay up to date with all things AI with my new free newsletter. Sign up at splashofai.com. Who really knows you best? Your spouse? Your kids? If you use a smartphone, a computer, or any internet-connected device, thousands of companies are tracking what you do online. Big tech makes billions every year monitoring the sites you visit and the things you buy. A lot of that activity is tied to your IP address. They build a profile about you, what you search for, what you like, and use it to target you with ads. That's why I use ExpressVPN. It hides your real IP address and encrypts your internet connection so what you do online isn't visible to companies, your internet provider, or anyone else trying to snoop. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. One subscription covers up to 8 devices: your phone, laptop, tablet, even your smart TV. Just one click and you're protected. Take back control of your online privacy today at expressvpn.com/Kim. And right now, get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. expressvpn.com/Kim.
I'm John Tesh, and coming up, I'll share tips to increase your salary in today's Intelligence for Your Life Minute.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You'll regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated, so don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert, or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart, just complete the purchase. Hurry! This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Get ready to earn more money. Here are some research-backed tricks to add thousands of dollars to your salary. First, exercise every day. People who exercise regularly, they end up earning 10 to 15% more than those who don't, because exercise boosts energy and attitude, even intelligence, which is going to make you more valuable at work. Also, when you're offered a job, never accept the first salary offer. Go ahead and negotiate without fear of the offer being rescinded, because the last thing a hiring manager wants is to go through the interview process again to find somebody else. Just think that way. That's why workers typically earn an extra $5,000 a year simply because they countered an initial offer. And if you do ask for a raise, ask for $1 million. Seriously. People who ask for an absurd amount of money ended up making more than those who made realistic salary requests. Because even though the boss knows you're joking, your first request serves as a psychological starting point for counteroffers. I'm John Tesh with today's Intelligence for Your Life Minute.
During the Swain's Lawn and Garden Sale, you'll be ready for everything outdoors with savings on men's, women's, and kids' outerwear and shoes. Georgia Boot waterproof hiking boots are only $114.87. That's a $50 savings. Men's lightweight mesh line windbreakers are $19.87. That's a $10 savings. North River Outfitter women's apparel is 20% off, and women's and kids' Sock It To Me socks are 20% off too. All at Swain's during the Lawn and Garden Sale.
Are you thinking about a new roof, siding, or windows for your home? Give Tri-State a call. Tri-State installs GAF roofing products, James Hardy siding, and Pella replacement windows. And right now, Tri-State is offering huge savings. The first step is a free estimate. Call 360-208-2222 or visit tristate.pro.
Tri-State Roofing, we got you covered.
The North Olympic Peninsula's news station. News Radio KONP Port Angeles Squim. AM 1450, FM 101.7 and 101.3. A Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Israel says it targeted and killed 2 top Iranian Revolutionary Guard members overnight. It's the latest strikes on Iran's leadership. But the key oil shipping artery, the Strait of Hormuz, remains blocked off by Iran. At the White House today, President Trump says he no longer needs allies to help reopen the strait and criticized NATO for not offering military support.
America's allies insist it's not their fight. Italy is calling for diplomacy, while other NATO members are backing out entirely. But Trump is pressing forward, claiming America can go it alone.
We're the strongest nation in the world. We have the strongest military by far in the world. We don't need them.
The president has also claimed he discussed the war with a former U.S. president. He refused to reveal which one. Former presidents Clinton, Obama and Biden have told ABC News they have not spoken with him recently. And Trump confirmed that it wasn't Bush.
The cost of oil and fuel continuing to impact Americans and businesses. Airline CEOs say they expect airfares to rise as the price of jet fuel soars. It's nearly doubled, they say, since the start of the war. Delta and American Airlines say the rise in prices has cost each airline more than $400 million since the conflict began. Attorney General Pam Bondi has been issued a subpoena to testify privately before the House Oversight Committee next month in the Epstein probe.
The subpoena directs the Attorney General to appear for a closed-door deposition in 4 weeks. A cover letter signed by the House Oversight Chairman says the panel has questions about the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein cases and the Epstein files themselves. The department pushes back in a statement saying the subpoena is completely unnecessary, noting that Pam Bondi and her deputy, Todd Blanche, are set to hold a private briefing for the committee on Wednesday.
ABC's Stephen Portnoy. On the St. Patrick's Day parades taking place across the country, including the largest in New York City today along Manhattan's Fifth Avenue. You're listening to ABC News.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-576-2024. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-576-2024. That's 800-576-2024. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
In Utah, a guilty verdict in the Corey Richins murder case. The mother and wife accused of poisoning her husband. ABC's Melissa Adon has more.
The case making national headlines when Richins was arrested for her husband's murder after writing a children's book about grief. Prosecutors said that Richins slipped 5 times the lethal dose of fentanyl into a cocktail that she made for her husband. They said Richins killed her husband for money while planning to start a new life with a new man.
The jury found Richins guilty on all 5 counts, including murder, insurance fraud, and forgery. Ant trafficking is a big business globally. Authorities have charged 2 men in a far-reaching scheme, both appearing in a Kenyan court.
Zenke Quinn and Charles Mwangi were arrested last week at the airport in Nairobi in possession of 1,948 garden ants stored in specialized tubes. Another 300 ants were stored in toilet tissue rolls. The men, one a Chinese national and the other from Kenya, are accused of paying about $1,000 for 2 batches of the ants, which apparently the men thought they could sell for a profit outside the country. Last year, 2 Belgian teenagers were caught with 5,000 Kenyan ants valued at about $7,700. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
In Georgia today, 1 person was injured after a shooting at a VA clinic in the rural town of Jasper. In a statement, the city says a suspect was confronted by responding officers and was subsequently shot during the encounter. Jasper police say the incident remains under active investigation. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Hello everyone, this is Caitlin from Airport Garden Center. Spring is just around the corner and our new plant deliveries have been bringing us loads of beautiful shrubs, trees, and flowers. We're starting off the season with an exciting lineup of free educational classes. I have Ron here to share with you what's happening.
Thanks, Caitlin. Saturday, March 21st, drop by between 11 and 2 and talk with Beekeeper. Learn about what it takes to raise honeybees from local Apex apiary owner Ashley Barr. Ever wonder the benefits to organic gardening? We are pleased to welcome Giselle Schoniger from G&B Organics, Saturday, March 28th at 12 p.m. Sunday, March 29th at 12 p.m., guest speaker and rose enthusiast Tamara Allen will present Color and Composition Design with Intention, an interactive class on selecting plants for your dream garden.
Thanks, Ron. For more information on our events and to reserve seats, visit www.airportgarden.biz. Hope to see you all there.
KONP News brought to you by Remax Evergreen Real Estate. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. 457-6600. Clallam County officials say the proposed Dungeness off-channel reservoir is still moving forward, but a major funding source may be falling through. County leaders say a roughly $30 million FEMA grant now appears unlikely, and they're weighing whether to keep pursuing it or shift to other options. The off-channel reservoir project would store water during winter months for use in the summer. County officials say it will support salmon habitat, irrigation, and groundwater supplies. At SeaTac Airport, officials say they will not air a federal video blaming Democrats for travel delays during the government shutdown, calling it too political.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by Olympic Game Farm. Rain likely this afternoon, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 54. Easterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected again tonight. Rain likely, lows level off around 47. Rain likely tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 57. Overcast skies. Temperatures a bit above average Thursday and Friday with highs in the mid-50s. Showers both days. Taking a look at the extended forecast, 48 Saturday, 49 Sunday, and 49 on Monday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently 51.
It's the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP. Now, here's Todd.
All right, welcome to the program. First part of the show today, we're going to talk about a program that's helping local students think a little outside of the box in a pretty big way. It's called Odyssey of the Mind. It's an international creative problem-solving competition where students actually work in teams. They design and present their own solutions to some open-ended challenges. And yes, we're going to give you a couple of examples of that in just a bit. And it's everything from engineering projects to even theater programs, things like that as well. The key is they're entirely student-driven and to teamwork, creativity, critical thinking, all of that. And here in Port Angeles in the school district, we have a team that's active. We're going to talk with a couple of the members of the team and also a couple of the adults that are involved in helping them along as well. And we're going to start with one of those adults, and that's Richard Wildman, who's the Association Director of Odyssey of the Mind for Washington and Oregon. So, Richard, good to have you. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, great to be here, Todd. Thank you.
I've never heard of this program before, so I'm going to just go to you first and have you explain a bit more than my little synopsis there.
Well, Odyssey was created in 1978, excuse me, at Rowan University in New Jersey. It started as a engineering program, pardon me, and the professor there, Dr. Miklas, created a problem for his students to solve. They had to cross a lake without getting wet. And I think they had to use certain objects, so tubophores and some inner tubes and stuff. They made something called a renotrifusca, like a spider, something that walked across the water. People heard about this program, and they said, you know, we'd like our kids to be able to do that. So he developed a little program for the elementary schools in that area. And it just grew from there. It exploded into a huge organization around the world, like you said, 20 countries. We have a world competition in May that has 20,000 kids attend.
Wow.
I mean, it's huge.
That's incredible. And again, it really is meant to get thinking outside the box, right?
Exactly.
Right?
So the kids come up with all the ideas. Adults are now allowed to build the stuff for them. You can teach a kid to sew, but you can't do the sewing kind of idea.
Okay. How long have you been involved?
A few years.
A few years.
I coached my son's team in the 90s for about 5 years, then became, an official. And you put your hand up, and pretty soon you're wearing more hats.
Yeah. How many of these teams are in Washington, for example? Do you know?
So right now we just have 7. We're just restarted the program this year.
Okay. Yeah. How does this work? Do you directly get with the school district and present it, or I mean, how do they get it? And then we'll talk a bit about locally how it's happening.
Sure. So typically present to the school district. In our case, Mace had done Odyssey as a kid. So knew the program, a great sponsor to help me. We did what I call a dog and pony show one afternoon. We had about 60 attendees, and we talked to them about Odyssey of the Mind and formed teams.
All right. So I guess maybe I should talk with Mace, who's here as well. He's the co-coach of this, also the principal at Seaview Academy here in Port Angeles. Mace Gratz is joining us. So let's talk. I did not realize you were one of these students way back when. So tell us a bit about that.
Oh, sure. Well, thank you, Todd. So I did Odyssey of the Mind in, it must have been the late 80s, early 90s. Okay. No, somewhere around there. Anyhow, it was a pretty pivotal experience. Sometimes hard to find a place for a unique young man or woman to fit in when they're in elementary school and they're excited about learning and creative, and they want to have friends that are excited about learning and creative. And this is just a place where they can really be themselves in the goofiest way possible,
Right.
but tackle. I see a couple of the kids in our studio might have something to say about that, and be able to tackle these problems in a collaborative team environment.
Right. So you, it's kind of a no-brainer, I guess, when this kind of bubbled up as an opportunity. You said, "Hey, I've been there, done that. I think I can help make this happen."
Oh, I was excited when I saw Richard's email come in to my inbox, and I thought, "Oh my gosh, Odyssey of the Mind." It's been 30 years, so or maybe more, and so I reached back out to him, and we were able to get something started this year. So it was pretty exciting.
Okay, tell us about your team here specifically, and we're going to talk with a couple of your members too. How many are involved, and give me ages and all of that.
Sure. So we have six students from several different elementary schools. They're all in 5th grade. And they are doing the first problem, which is called Off the Rails. And they are doing a performance. They're building a train engine that is required to pick up vehicles, pick up cargo, and they have these little problems and obstacles to overcome along the way.
Okay. You meet after school? How does this work? I mean, when do they get together?
Sure. So we started out meeting once a week on a Thursday evening. I just so happened to have access to a couple schools, so we were able to get into a classroom at Lincoln High and at Seaview Academy. And then as we've gotten closer to the competition, which is coming up soon, we have been spending a lot of weekends at my house with a lot of kids, putting things together.
Making a train, it sounds like, in some ways right now, right?
They've got incredible set pieces. They've got a moving train. There might be a few loose ends to tie up, but we're making progress.
All right, so we're going to talk with the kids here about this project they're going under and kind of what they're getting out of this as well. And Ulysses Gratz is here as well, so I'll start with you first. So I guess you get to follow that. How do you like doing this?
Oh, it's like the best extracurriculum activity that I actually have ever been a part of. It's like I found out a lot of other people are really cool. And it's just like, it really tests me, I would say.
Right.
It's really fun.
All right, and then also with us is Azalea Stanley, who's hello, Azalea. Tell us a bit about how you kind of got started with doing this.
Well, randomly, I was just like on the couch, and Mom was like, "Hey, there's a thing called Odyssey of the Mind," and I was like, "Okay."
And that was it.
We have nothing to do. And he was like, "Oh yeah, Yuli's in it. There's some other kids. Like, do you know Mabel?" And I was like, "Mabel?" And she's like, "No, not that Mabel. You guys don't know the Mabel I'm talking about."
So
So
tell us a bit about the prop that you're working on, the Off the Rails. So how are you approaching this?
I wrote the script because I am trash at building things that aren't out of Magnetiles.
Okay.
And I wrote the script, did like 2 drafts. It's nice, helped make the costumes and stuff. And I also multiple times have come down to bother the people who are working on the train and tell them that they should really get to building the outside.
So you're the taskmaster now. So
I'm just kind of being annoying.
So you've got a script. So this is a play, if you will, in some bit, but it's got it's got parts.
Yeah.
Not only acting parts, but real parts.
I would say, me and like my other friend, I don't know if I should say his name. Yeah, my other friend Kevin, who's also an Odyssey of a Mind on my team. Shout out to Kevin. Me and him, like, are the people who are tackling getting the train to somewhat move.
Okay.
And like, and the way we did that, we used a screwdriver, and we got an axle and made a big wheel, and put it on some trolley carts.
Excellent. All right. So do you have actual rails you've had to build for this too?
We're in the process of building them.
Yeah. Okay. So then, how does the script work into this? Then what Azalea wrote?
Well, we're gonna have the train's gonna go back and forth several times. First time it goes back and forth, there's gonna be like a play at the stop. There's gonna be like a scene at the stop. Then it's gonna be another play. So then there's gonna be a scene, which is kind of the climax, and then at the end it's going to go back.
All right, and so there's going to be a description part, like a narrative part at each of these stops, right? Okay. Now, I should read the prompt so that people can get the whole idea of what they have to do for Off the Rails.
Yeah.
So, and this comes right from the sheet here. It says, all aboard Omers. Is that right? Is it OMers or it's
Omers?
Omers. Okay.
Nobody
all right.
knows.
Yep. Become conductors and engineers as they design, build, and operate a train vehicle. As the train travels the course, it'll have a new car attached at each stop, which we've just talked about, right? Yeah. All along the route, it will encounter challenges that make the train travel in different ways. After all of its cargo is picked up, the items will be unloaded and assembled into a work of art. The performance will also include the use of Arm & Hammer baking soda.
We still haven't worked
Have you worked that in yet? Not?
Yep.
Oh, you're working that in? Okay.
We're working it on.
We're trying.
A humorous conductor character. You guys got a humorous conductor character?
Do you want me to tell you about her?
Yeah, sure.
Her name is Bun Bun. She is a bunny who just really wants to get out of the city and go back home, because she is not built for city life. Everyone's really into AI. You'll get it if you see it.
Okay, I love that.
And she has an uncle who is really annoying.
Okay, so you also have to.
We throw off the stage at one point.
That's not the villain in this, is it, or not?
No.
Because you gotta have a villain.
No.
Are you the villain? You're doing the villain?
I'm doing the
villain. He is playing the villain.
Okay.
It's hilarious, actually.
And I'm the villain, and it's a pretty fun, juicy role. I am a calculator with a pineapple on my head.
Yes.
And I tried to install AI on a train.
And Bun Bun freaks out and
because Bun Bun is a conductor.
Right.
And if you install, because that's the only way she can get home. I picture her as a cargo train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I try to install AI on the train, I get cooked.
The final countdown plays, and they slow motion run towards each other, and then it just stops abruptly. And she's like, "One more question: why do you have a self-destruct button?" And just presses it, and then he goes bleh, and falls over. And we may or may not have some other people. Kevin, shout out to Kevin. Kira, shout out to Kira, and
Mabel.
No, Mabel's Bun Bun.
Oh wait, and Odin, shout out.
And
to
Odin, shout out to Odin. And they're gonna throw a tarp over him and drag him off the stage, shouting, "We need to hide the body," but the tarp is gonna have a recycling symbol on it.
Oh.
And that's the joke. He's a calculator.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Very creative, actually. Very creative. Now, what kind of things are you picking up with you? You gotta have these cars, right? And load. What are you
we're picking up pieces of art, and so one thing we're gonna create. I think we're picking up a set, and a big piece that looks like a bunch of trees.
It's like a little forest.
Yeah, a little forest scene.
Okay.
And we're picking up a bunny, in which we picture
Bun
Bun's great grandmother.
Got it?
No, it's just Bun Bun.
I thought it was.
No, I never said that. We never. It's just,
Oh no,
it's
we have creative differences here.
Most of the time he's in the.
I know it is part of the process.
Okay. She's the script writer.
Yes, I am.
So we made a clay model of Bun Bun, and also we have a big heart on another cargo. One piece of cargo per train, and
And then you have to assemble all of these things into a piece of art.
And it's going to be a forest scene with Bun Bun and a heart around it.
Okay.
And it's just going to be a nice message about I don't like AI.
This is kind of an anti-AI thing.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like
I think
just
you might
don't
find a lot
get
of folks who could resonate with that. So, all right. So you're
serious.
pretty close. It sounds like just a few kinks to work out here, and you're going to be ready to go.
Yeah. All we have to do is just finish all the cars, and should I explain the method of?
Okay, aside from this, I have to ask both of you. Do you guys, what do you guys like to do when you're not doing school? What is it? And what do you?
I like to read, write stories, songs, poems. Sometimes when I'm feeling crazy, I made one about a really big bird. It sounds weirder than it is.
All right. So yeah, you like the creative stuff as well. Yuli, what about you? What do you do?
Me, I like to play video games.
Same. Sometimes.
Especially War Thunder. Yeah. And I also like to. I play sports. So I have baseball and soccer, and I hope that doesn't conflict with Odyssey of a Mind. And I also really like to play drums. Like I always do that.
All right. You guys are well-rounded as well. This is fun, though. This is just one of the prompts. So what happens next? I guess maybe I should go over to Richard. You can tell me a bit about, do they get another chance at another prompt later? Or how does this work?
A competition?
Yeah.
So
the competition can be any of these prompts. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So we have teams in almost all of those problems.
Got it. All right.
There's a balsa wood structure, build a structure to hold as much weight as possible.
All right.
There's the epic play, number 3. There's a more modern play, number 5. There's also a primary team. The K through 2 is a separate problem.
Okay.
So
these guys, so at this national or world competition, more or less, they've got all these different teams. Will be, one will show up and be doing problem one.
Well, this is actually at our state tournament, which is this weekend at Dry Creek Elementary.
Obviously, we're gonna win.
We're cooking.
So they have competition. There's another problem 1 team, a vehicle team.
Okay.
So they've got
I
some
don't like
competition.
you, other team. We are going to win.
Wow, these guys are serious about this.
Tensions rising. What's next?
I'm just joking. They're probably amazing people.
That's great.
Tensions going down.
Also, can I just say one other thing?
Yeah.
Funny thing, our team is officially called Dry Creek Elementary, but there are 2 of us, me and Odin, shout out to Odin again, that go to different schools. I go to Franklin, he's going to Jefferson, but our team is called Dry Creek Elementary.
Yeah, because we have 4 people.
That are Dry Creek people?
Yeah, including me.
And
majority wins is the name for the school title.
Majority wins. Majority wins.
I think it's great. Good luck to you guys. You got to get it all together by this weekend. Then it sounds like
this is typical. I mean, with the structure team, a lot of times Friday night, this final structure is being built.
That's life too. That's the way it is in the real world, right?
Well, and that's what they're learning.
Yeah.
These kids will be better prepared for life, and that is the benefit that they're getting from Odyssey of the Mind. They don't think about it that way. They have a lot of fun. But, when it comes to job search, when it comes to other problems you're going to encounter in life, they're better prepared.
Yeah, these guys, as you can just see, and this is a nice outlet to them because I kind of get a hunch that these guys could easily get a little bit bored with just a standard only doing what they're doing in school.
Exactly.
They have a lot of energy, right? Yeah, and it's in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a good thing.
I agree with you, so much, because, I really don't have much to do. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Okay, at school,
I mean,
it's a lot more different than school because at school, most of the time, you have to have a set math problem. But in Odyssey of a Mind, you get to choose what you do, and it's your fault if you don't do anything, or if you mess up, and so it really teaches you how to think in the aspect of doing what you want, but you can mess up if you do.
But it's still all on you.
Yeah, it's still all on you.
Right.
Unlike school, you really can't do what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hate math and would rather be reading, not that I have ever disliked math. Totally. You still have to keep doing math. And it's very annoying because it was a good part. You're at the climax, and then there's time for math. I'm like, no.
I had a feeling she's not a real math.
I'm not a math.
You're like me. When I was in school, I wasn't.
I like
math
reading.
fan, so.
I do not like math. What about science?
All right.
Science
Good luck,
is
you
fun.
guys. This weekend, it's going to be fun with your state competition. So then, Richard, is there next level? Do they have to win this to get to the next level?
That's correct.
Okay.
So state allows you to be able to go to the world competition the end of May.
All right. And that's got Where is that this year?
It's going to be in Ames, Iowa, at the university.
All right. Yeah, and how many teams make it there usually?
Well, like I said, there's about 20,000 kids in the opening ceremony. So however many teams,
Wow.
Teams of 7.
That's great.
It's huge.
Well, this is fun, and hopefully this really starts to get some traction. I mean, you could have multiple teams in a district easily, right? It's not just, right, if it grows to that.
Todd, I just want to say, there's probably some openings for coaches next year, just in case you have some spare time.
Oh, I see that. I would have to really caffeinate myself. These guys have a lot of energy. Hats off to you for keeping up with it. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, though. So, what a cool thing. I didn't realize this was going on, and we'll see if they get off the rails here from our Dry Creek team this weekend. All right, Richard Wildman, thanks for coming by. It's good to talk to you. He is with the director of Odyssey of the Mind here in the Northwest. And thanks, Azalea. Good luck, Azalea.
We were never on the rail in the first place. And also, I think after this, my entire team will have this one song stuck in their head because I keep singing it. It's like this. I'm a bumblebee. I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat KFC. Spare me
Is this in your
the
show?
celery.
Is this in your show?
I'm a bumblebee who likes to eat my KFC. No, I just keep singing it.
You're just doing that now. You're gonna all right.
Sick of it at this point, but I usually did. Like I once just randomly come down and start singing that.
Yes, you did. In fact, you definitely.
You just did. She just did.
Yeah.
Yuli, good luck this weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
I just want to point out, my calculator too has a pineapple on top of his head, and it's because of them.
Yeah, not your idea. You're just.
There's Shira, aka the stage manager, for making the pineapple.
It is very,
Odin
very
made
good.
the bridge. It's a really good-looking bridge.
All right.
Thank you, Odin, for making the bridge.
Oh,
right.
and the set is
shout
beautiful.
out to Mabel for being Bun and letting us humiliate her by turning her into a bunny.
All right.
The end.
There you go. And thanks, Mace Gratz, as well, for bringing these guys down and bringing them along as well.
We're actually leaving them here, so we'll see you.
Okay,
Oh,
very
yeah.
good. We'll talk about the symphony with them next.
There you go.
Good luck, guys, coming up this weekend. We're going to take a break. We will be talking about the symphony coming up right after this.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP.
Hi, this is John Holm, president of Tri-State Roofing, your local and family-owned company covering the entire Olympic Peninsula area. The difference with Tri-State Roofing is we separate ourselves with the quality of products we offer, customer service, including an A+ rating with the BBB, solid safety plans, and the best labor guarantees around. Call 360-208-2222.
Tri-State Roofing, we got you covered.
Hey there, Dawn Riling with Olympic Hot Tub. We're showing you the green for St. Patty's Day. Right now, find your pot of gold with exciting savings on saltwater hot tubs. Best of all, you'll get 5 full years to pay for it interest-free. Wow! Don't let your luck run out. This limited event ends St. Patrick's Day. Visit us today at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
End-of-life decisions are hard. Be it pre-planning or sudden loss, you need to have an advocate in your corner, which is why I wholeheartedly recommend Drennan and Ford Funeral Home and Crematory in Port Angeles, the only locally owned funeral home and crematory in Clallam County. Their expertise ensures a smooth process, so you can focus on healing and being with your loved ones. Their help through the darkest time in my life will forever stay with me. Call 360-457-1210.
What's the misconception when considering new cabinets for your home?
I think a lot of people are under the impression that if they go to the box stores, they're going to pay a lot less for their cabinets.
That's Tony from Tim's Cabinets.
Going custom cabinets, you're usually paying about the same or less.
Tim's Custom Cabinets in Sequim. 40 plus years experience ensures your cabinet project will be done right.
Let me help make the process comfortable. And at the end, you're going to be extremely happy with what we've done for you.
Tim's Custom Cabinets, Sequim.
Stop by Power Treasure Trap. We're located in the front of Easy Pond in downtown Port Angeles. We have a fun selection of gifts to choose from. Everything from our best-selling leather journals to anime figures and fun pop culture gifts. We also have hard-to-find collectible swords for fantastic displays. And you've got to check out our adult humor section in our front mezzanine that's full of not safe for work gag gifts guaranteed to spark laughter. Easy Pawn in downtown Port Angeles.
Stick around. Right after we check in the news, we're going to get you updated on this weekend's Port Angeles Symphony concert. That's coming up next.
Now, when we get inside the bowling alley, I don't want to hear any complaining or whining. None of this, that's not fair, or all the pink balls are taken, or my favorite, I think the lane is sloping. None of that. We're here at Laurel Lanes to have fun and get some exercise. You understand, honey?
Yeah, but can we get the bumpers? I think the lane slopes a little.
Babe, the lanes at Laurel Lanes are perfect, and so are you. You just really suck at bowling.
Yeah, but it's so fun.
Auto bumpers, auto scoring, endless fun. Laurel Lanes, come have a ball.
Attention all moms-to-be. North Olympic Healthcare Network's board-certified physicians specializing in family medicine with obstetrics are here to guide and support you on your pregnancy journey. We provide personalized, compassionate care focused on building a long-lasting relationship before, during, and after pregnancy. From pre-pregnancy planning to childbirth to primary care for your whole family, we're with you for the journey. To learn more, visit nohn-pa.org/obstetrics.
This is Jonathan Pasternak, Artistic Director of the Port Angeles Symphony, inviting you to join me for our next concert, Saturday, March 21st at 7:30 p.m. at the Port Angeles High School Performing Arts Center. Hunter Gordon returns to his hometown to perform Gioacchino Rossini's Concerto for Bassoon. Also featured on the program are the Academic Festival Overture by Johannes Brahms, as well as Carl Nielsen's mighty Symphony No. 4, The Inextinguishable. Seats are available for our Concert and Cuisine Gala fundraiser dinner and auction on Saturday, April 11th, featuring pianist Alexander Tutinov performing Grieg's Piano Concerto with full orchestra. Tickets for both the March 21st concert and April 11th gala are available online at portangelessymphony.org, at Port Book and News, by calling us at 457-5579, or at the door before the concerts. See you at the Symphony.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. After Joe Kent, the head of the National Counterterrorism Center, resigned, citing issues with the Trump administration's war with Iran, President Trump says he's glad Kent is gone and called his policies weak. Kent claimed Iran posed no immediate threat to the U.S. ABC's Pierre Thomas says Kent was just confirmed last summer.
He has had some controversy of being accused by critics of being political in that job, which is supposed to be an apolitical position. But he made it political because he said Israel was involved in manipulating the president of the United States. So that's what's unusual about what we're seeing.
Israeli Defense Forces say they killed 2 top Iranian Revolutionary Guard officials overnight in strikes, including the highest-ranking security leader. Senate lawmakers have started debate on the Save America Act as Republicans push for the new voter ID requirements. Democrats call it voter suppression. And severe storms creating more troubles at airports, already impacted by TSA staffing issues due to the partial government shutdown. This is ABC News.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by Olympic Game Farm. Rain likely this afternoon, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High temperatures reach up to 54. Easterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected again tonight. Rain likely, lows level off around 47. Rain likely tomorrow. Daytime highs approaching 57. Overcast skies. Temperatures a bit above average Thursday and Friday with highs in the mid-50s. Showers both days. Take a look at the extended forecast. 48 Saturday, 49 Sunday, and 49 on Monday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Currently 51.
All right, it is time once again to talk with Jonathan Pasternak. He is the artistic director and the conductor of the Port Angeles Symphony, and they got a concert coming up this weekend. You just heard, actually, in our last spot break about that. Jonathan, great to have you back, as always.
Great to
Love
be here,
talk
as
about
always.
what's going on. You guys have been so busy with so many things going on, but we're going to talk about an actual, real concert this time.
Yes.
Not an adjunct to anything. This is one on the books.
Exactly.
So what you got coming up on Saturday?
Well, very exciting program, and I just told you before we went on air that we have a last-minute program change, so we'll talk about that. Our soloist, Hunter Gordon, who's a fantastic bassoonist who grew up here and actually just got tenure to be principal bassoon of the Louisiana Philharmonic in New Orleans. he unfortunately is ill and can't join us. So we have a last-minute change, and we have a new program. So I'll talk about that. And but it's all great music, and it's purely orchestral program without a soloist because it
You don't have a soloist
there
right
you
now.
go. So it's going to be the Brahms Academic Festival Overture to open, and then I chose Schubert's Unfinished Symphony, both because he didn't finish it, and excuse me,
Seems appropriate in some ways, right? Yeah.
Somehow, it's two movements, and normally I have four movements of a symphony. So and I feel it's very familiar for the musicians, and that they'll enjoy playing it. And I think audiences always love to hear this piece. And then we're going to do something completely different, which is the Fourth Symphony by the Danish composer Carl Nielsen, and he subtitled that "The Inextinguishable." And which is quite a name.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we know Schubert's Eighth Symphony as it could be the Seventh too, depending who you ask. We dub it the Unfinished, but of course, Schubert himself did not give it that name.
Right. Okay. Bummer we're not going to get the bassoon solos.
Yep.
That's tough, but you get a nice piece that you're going to plug in as well.
Yeah.
I jokingly said, I mean, this is kind of what happens in the world of performance. Unfortunately, the show must go on.
Yes, it must. And Hunter is pretty sad that he can't be here, and we're very sad that he can't be here. But I wish him all the best and a quick and full recovery.
So I jokingly said, "So have you told the symphony and the orchestra?" And he said, "Just did."
Yeah, just did. This all happened very. I think the last 18 hours, this is all going down. And yes, I just sent an email out to our musicians, and it's about, I think, a little over 70 musicians for this concert, saying that there is this change. And guess what? On Thursday, we're going to be doing a brand new piece. And, the performance is Saturday. So we'll essentially have two rehearsals, one of those being the public rehearsal.
Right, the dress rehearsal on Saturday.
Yes.
Yes. Well, that could be interesting.
It will,
if you want to see the workings of how this goes. Yeah,
exactly.
You may want to be at that.
Yes.
What? You're a volunteer. Pretty much symphony. Obviously, how do you navigate something like that? Because it's not like you have. Are you just telling folks stop in, get the music? How do they get like a replacement piece, for example, so they have it by Thursday? Or is it going to be here? It is Thursday. I'm handing it out.
Of course, as the professional musician you are, you think of that. And yes, so in that same email, we said that we'd send out scans for the string parts, which of course have to already be marked with the bowings, whether they go up or down bow, and we have to get it all uniform and this kind of thing. And they look pretty good. I glanced at them from the last time that the orchestra did this, which I think was in 2013. So not
a long time ago, but it's been a few years.
And I wasn't here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that, and then you probably know about this website. It's so cool. It's a what is it called? Not a crowdsource, but a something source, public source. When you could, like Wikipedia,
right?
Where anyone can add to it. And what this is a place where you can upload scans of music. It's called IMSLP, and it's an amazing resource. So there are all the parts for Schubert. And so for the winds, brass, and timpani,
I
sent
and
the
get
link.
it.
Exactly. And of course, we'll have the paper copies for those who want them on Thursday.
I have to say, a couple years ago when I was doing the narration thing with you, I was really impressed how electronic everybody has become, though. There's a lot of people that are on iPads and that sort of thing with their music.
Yes, and I'm highly opinionated about this. Would you like to hear?
I would love to, because something about a pencil, right? That you can mark onto a piece of paper.
There's something about a pencil, and I joke lovingly with my friends who use these more and more, as you say, in the orchestra. And the thing is that, especially in the string section, when historically you rely on having a partner with you, sharing a music stand, sharing the same music, and there are some practical considerations there too. First of all, turning the page.
Who's doing it?
Who's doing it? And if there are two, one gets to actually turn the page. And so that's nice. But also, if we stop in rehearsal, and we do, and there are notes to be marked in the part, one of the players is marking the part. And then if I want to get on with the rehearsal, but they're still marking, at least one person is playing as opposed to a couple of people with the tablets.
Everybody's trying to type in their note. Yeah.
It's such an interesting thing, Todd. And I don't know. I feel more and more like a Luddite. Like, but for me, there's something about the feeling of, I don't know, complicity. As the French say, it means it has a much nicer meaning in French, I think. But anyway, the not camaraderie, collegiate, not even that, but just the partnership really of stand partners.
Yeah.
That you don't get when they have their own stands and their own tablets and
Some of them will argue that they are stand partner. They're just sharing one stand, but they're two tablets on there.
Yes, but you know what? They all want their own stands for their tablets.
It's just kind of like, so now you have twice as many stands out sometimes.
Well, we do.
Right?
We do indeed. Yeah. So anyway.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steer into that, but it's kind of the reality of the 21st century that we're in now.
I'm always happy to proselytize, Tom, especially when it comes to music.
All right, describe a bit about what folks are. You're going to have we already alluded to this, you've got a public dress rehearsal people can come to on Saturday, so that's still on.
Yes, indeed. That's 10 a.m. We've been getting more and more people at these morning rehearsals. Mm-hmm. It's really remarkable. We're averaging over 400 for a rehearsal.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's very impressive. Yeah. That's very impressive. And if some of those people would go to the evening concerts, we would be sold out in the evenings.
Right.
But we've still been averaging over 700, almost 800.
That's amazing. That's great.
In the evenings. And the program, like I said, is purely orchestral now. There's no soloist, but I love having a soloist, and of course it would have been great to have Hunter. But to be able to present a full concert that is just featuring the orchestra as an instrument, I think is
that's kind of nice once
special.
in a while.
Yeah, right. Indeed.
We should point out, so the times again, 10 o'clock for
Yeah, that's right. 10 a.m. on Saturday for the public dress rehearsal, 7:30 p.m. for the concert. There's a pre-concert talk or chat, depending upon how it goes, from the stage with me for ticket holders. And you could get your tickets on our website, portangelossymphony.org. Call 457-5579. You could buy them at Port Book and News. You could get them at the door. And I also want to point out that young people, that is aged 18 and younger, can attend for free with a ticketed adult.
Very cool. Very cool. And I have one other option for folks. If you call us right now, I've got 2 pairs of passes to go to the night show on Saturday. So if you'd like to go to the symphony this Saturday night, give us a call right now, 360-457-1450, and Doreen will get your name and we'll get you set up with that too. So on us, we'll get you to the symphony.
Absolutely.
All right, I got to ask you though, you mentioned there's going to be a timpani battle as part of this.
Yeah, so everybody knows Brahms, everybody knows Schubert, but not a lot of people know Nielsen. And Nielsen is a great symphonist in his own right, but he really went his own way. Even though the music is very tonal, very listenable, there's melody, he does what comes to him. He's very creative. And so some bits and pieces of this symphony is, I would say, almost startling, if not shocking. And but in a good way. It's very exciting stuff. It's very powerful. The symphony is all of one piece in that there are no breaks between the movements. So it's kind of a through composed thing, is what we call it. And then in the finale, which is when the composer wants to culminate the work in some way, Nielsen chooses, and it's kind of metaphorical anyway, having 2 sets of timpani drums. So that's 8 drums, 2 players, and they're set up on opposite sides of the stage, and they kind of trade off with each other, and it doesn't seem to be a very friendly conversation that they have. And I don't know if I want to say it's a war or a battle, because we hear too much of that otherwise.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe people are trying to escape that.
Yeah, but it's a very fervent debate anyway.
Okay.
And it's really cool, and it does seem to be the dramatic conflict in this movement that finally is resolved, and this really beautiful sweeping theme that you first hear in the first movement comes back, and that's the great end. Exactly, it's the triumphant ending.
Do you are you staging this up in any sense? And I have to ask you too, sets of timpani. I mean, do you have two sets that you readily can get?
Well, so first of all, we have two amazingly talented people playing the timpani, and we're able to rotate them throughout the season and playing different programs.
Okay.
Gary Dahl, who is associate conductor with the Bremerton Symphony, and he and his wife Tinica live in Silverdale, and they come out and rehearse with us every week, which is just wonderful. There's wonderful people, great musicians, and he's a terrific timpanist. And we have Sonia Shipley from Port Townsend, who plays with the Port Townsend Symphony and is a percussionist there and is an incredibly gifted musician. So these are very intelligent people, very musical people. And so they're not just hitting drums. They're really making music on these instruments. And Gary has this gorgeous set of timpani. I think they're German made, but you really hear the difference between that one and the other one. And the other one is a great set that was donated to us actually by a former, I don't know if you remember Joel Yelland. He used to be a physician in the area and a wonderful singer, baritone, and percussionist. And he played percussion. He played percussion with us and also with the Squim City Band for years. He donated a set to us, and it's a wonderful Yamaha set. But like I said, the Gary set has a very special sound, and so not only are these two sets of timpani, but they really have their own voices.
Yeah, I like that though.
Yeah.
Then this battle, quote unquote, is going to really be differential.
Indeed,
you'll be able to hear the difference.
You will, and the playing styles are a little different too. So there'll definitely be two individual sounds coming out. The colors are just wonderful.
Always something unique when you put on a show, Jonathan. Always.
Absolutely. Isn't that the way it should be, Todd? You know.
You got to give people a little something.
You got to do that, and as you know very well, we have to keep it interesting for ourselves as well.
I get it. This is kind of fun for you to be able to conduct that.
Absolutely.
You don't normally get to do that, where it's like, okay, here we go.
Absolutely. And the support that we have in this community is fantastic. Also, not only to keep us afloat financially, but I think the audience and the musicians have grown to trust my choices in selections of music that we do, and I feel very privileged about that, and also privileged to be able to make those decisions. And so this is great. Also, we have a guest conductor for the Brahms. This is a colleague of mine. I've known him since when we were both graduate students at the University of Washington studying with Peter Erosh. And he's a very different conductor from me, but he's got a great personality and loves this piece like I do. So I think it'll just be a very interesting and varied program.
Well, you get to do double time then to make up for this last minute change. See, that worked out. I'm trying to make silver, silver purse out of a sow's ear. Here's what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. But as they say, it's all good and it's all beautiful music, and I think people will be in store for a really, really fulfilling, satisfying evening of music.
All right, that's this Saturday, 10 o'clock. We're going to catch the public dress rehearsal up at Port Angeles High School. I don't know if I said that or not, at the Performing Arts Center, the auditorium. Right. And then, of course, the 7:30 concert, I should say, with a 6:30 12:30 pre-concert chat. If
Yes.
you've got tickets, get them now. And Jonathan, always great to talk to you. Thanks for
Thanks,
stopping
Todd. Thank you so much. And if you've never heard a symphony live,
I'm telling
now's
you.
your chance.
And we have a gem here to do it. So
Thank you.
Come check it out. All right, we're going to take a break and wrap things up on our show right after this.
What's really in your water? At Pure Water Northwest, we believe the answer should come from science, not a sales pitch. Hi, this is Sidian Kaufman, owner of Pure Water Northwest. Call us for a free in-home water test to tell you exactly what is in your water and how you can get better than bottled water right from your tap. From whole home filtration and water softening to 5-stage reverse osmosis systems, we are the only licensed water treatment company in Western Washington. So we can help you with all your plumbing needs as well.
Visit purewaternorthwest.com or call 360-908-8947 for a free in-home water test. Pure Water Northwest designs the right solution to remove forever chemicals, arsenic, iron, rust, even microplastic. Contact Pure Water Northwest and get better than bottled water right out of your tap. Call 360-908-8947 or purewaternorthwest.com. Pure Water Northwest, just pure water.
When sports lovers think about March, they think of madness. This is Dale from Wilder Auto, and we'd love a chance to turn that madness into gladness. Wilder Auto has some of the best brands on the planet, and along with that comes some of the best trade-ins too. March on down, because when you combine our excellent selection and the Wilder Advantage, you'll see why our customers leave with a spring in their step. Or check us out 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
I'm Dr. Sam Skovgaard, a general surgeon at Olympic Medical Center. For minor surgeries like hernias or gallbladder removal, smaller incisions with laparoscopic surgery can mean less pain and much faster recovery. Join me for a presentation on March 19th at 5:30 p.m. at Olympic Memorial Hospital. We'll discuss the advantages of laparoscopic surgery right here at OMC. Reserve your seat today at olympicmedical.org/RSVP.
At Straight View Credit Union, we believe that fast, flexible loan decisions are key to helping our members achieve their financial goals. That's why we're proud to offer a streamlined loan application process that takes place entirely in-house. All loan decisions are made locally, right here in our building, by our experienced lending team. This means that we can typically approve loans within 1 to 2 days, so you can get the funds you need quickly and efficiently. Plus, as a member-owned cooperative, we're committed to putting your needs first and providing personalized service that helps you achieve your financial goals. So, whether you're looking to purchase a new car, purchase a new home, make home improvements, or consolidate debt, we've got you covered. Visit us online at svcu.com or stop by our branch on Lincoln Street in Port Angeles to apply for your loan today. Straight View Credit Union. Fast, flexible loan decisions to help you reach your financial goals. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back to the program. In our last segment, Dimes Change. Start Here podcast host Brad Mielke answering some frequently asked questions about some special 2026 coins.
There are lots of exciting things happening for America's 250th birthday this summer. Lots of change. Perhaps the most noticeable change is literally the coins in our pockets. For 1 year only, the U.S. Mint is circulating special editions of half dollars, quarters, dimes, and nickels. They did this for the bicentennial, too. I remember as a kid coming across the occasional 1976 quarter. It was super exciting. The nickels this year actually look pretty similar to what you're used to, with Thomas Jefferson's portrait. There will be several versions of the quarter featuring the Liberty Bell, Independence Hall, Revolutionary War Minutemen. One of them actually doesn't have George Washington on the front. It's got a pair of Mayflower settlers. But perhaps the most noticeable difference comes in the smallest package, the dime. More and more Americans are starting to encounter this new 10-cent piece in real life, which does not feature Franklin Delano Roosevelt at all. He's replaced on the front by Lady Liberty. She's facing right, not left. The mint says she's facing the tyranny of the British monarchy. On the reverse, there's this fierce-looking eagle above the phrase, liberty over tyranny. And if you look carefully, that eagle is clutching arrows in one of its talons. And on its face, this is imagery we're used to. The presidential seal has an eagle, so does the dollar bill. But in each of those examples, that eagle is holding arrows with one foot and an olive branch in the other. War and peace, with emphasis on peace. Since 1960, that eagle has actually faced the olive branch. Think about the timing here. This dime went into circulation right as the U.S. struck Venezuela. We're currently in the middle of another foreign war. A debate has emerged. Is this all a message from a more hawkish White House? The answer is not necessarily. This design was chosen by an independent committee. It was voted on back in 2024, before President Trump was elected. The artist has said that he was trying to harness the boldness of the moment of the revolution, when colonies were taking the fight to the British. If you look really closely, you'll notice that eagle's other talon is empty. We had to earn our right to peace. But the Trump administration has also not been absent from this process. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent had to approve all of these. He actually vetoed some quarter designs that would have commemorated abolition and suffrage. This year's dollar coin was designed to include President Trump's own face on it. That has faced stiff pushback from Democrats. The U.S. Mint website still calls that design a proposal. The whole debate is enough to remind you, though, no matter what country or era you're in, our currency says something about us. Money talks.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP.
In conjunction with Squim Valley Chapel and Harper Ridgeview Funeral Home, we're excited to announce the installation of 3 additional niche banks within the Veterans Circle at Mount Angeles Memorial Park in Port Angeles. Each bank has 48 niches, and each niche comfortably houses 1 to 2 sets of remains. We are proud to help serve veterans and their families by adding this additional memorial space to Mount Angeles Memorial Park. Peninsula Cemeteries, because endings matter.
Your voice, your news. News Radio KONP, Port Angeles Squim, AM 1450, FM 101.7 and 101.3, a Radio Pacific station.
Check Up on Health, presented by Olympic Medical Center.
Check Up on Health with Chris Whitting.
Most people want to live as long as possible. Dr. Greg Hammer from the Stanford University School of Medicine says sleep, exercise, and nutrition are key, and supplements may help.
We're prone to have low levels of certain vitamins in our bodies, especially, for example, vitamin D deficiency. And I think this is exacerbated by the fact that we want to kind of stay out of the sun. Most of us, if we don't take vitamin D as a supplement, unless we live in a very sunny environment and we expose our skin to the sun for 20 or 30 minutes at least a day, many of us are going to be somewhat deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin K2, also very important. Obviously, we have to prioritize. We don't want to be taking 50 pills a day, but I think there are a handful of vitamin and mineral supplements that are really beneficial that promote longevity.
With Checkup on Health, I'm Chris Whitting.
Pardon me, excuse me. Frequent bathroom breaks getting in the way? It may be time to see a urologist. Our skilled urology team at Olympic Medical Center is ready to see you. Whether you're dealing with prostate problems, incontinence, or a feeling that you always need to go, a referral from your doctor to an OMC urologist is just what you need. Learn more today at olympicmedical.org/urology.
At United Way of Clallam County, we believe in a future where everyone can reach their full potential. That is why we mobilize our community to support over 20 local nonprofits that provide key resources to those in our community that need them. From Sarge's Veteran Support in Forks to the Free Clinic in Squim, United Way is there to amplify the caring power of our community. Donate today at tinyurl.com/UnitedWayClallam.
The North Peninsula's news, the North Peninsula's talk. News Radio KONP, Port Angeles Squim, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. 3 weeks into the war with Iran, Israel says it's killed the regime's top security chief along with a paramilitary leader, and the key oil artery, the Strait of Hormuz, remains closed off. President Trump says the U.S. does not need allies to reopen the choked-off waterway, but also says he's disappointed NATO has not joined the U.S. request. ABC's Louis Martinez says NATO does not have a direct role in the Middle East conflict.
When you talk about what's happening now in the Middle East with this scenario, this is in a scenario where, again, it's
not a NATO issue. It's one of these things where essentially it's more about individual nations that make up NATO. It's just the president generalizing that this is NATO. So I think we should just look at it in that context. It's not an organizational thing, because right now this was not a threat that was being directed at all of NATO.
Airline CEOs signaling higher jet fuel prices due to the war with Iran are leading to higher costs, and travelers could get stuck with the tab.
American and Delta Airlines say soaring fuel prices have cost each airline more than $400 million since the start of the war. The price of jet fuel has almost doubled since that time. Delta CEO says there have already been fare increases in the last 2 weeks. Typically 20 to 25% of an airline's cost structure is for fuel. U.S. airlines use around 20 billion gallons of fuel every year. United Airlines says it's cutting capacity on certain routes to cope with rising fuel costs. Alex Stone, ABC News.
The head of the National Counterterrorism Center, Joe Kent, sending his resignation letter to President Trump, saying he's leaving because he does not think Iran posed an immediate threat to the U.S. President Trump says he's glad Kent's leaving. Residents from the South to the upper Midwest cleaning up after volatile storms moved through Michigan, getting hit by a snowstorm, and damaging winds knocked out power along the East Coast. That's added to travel delays at airports due to the partial government shutdown and TSA staffing issues. You're listening to ABC News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. More Americans are facing ballooning credit card debt. Analysis from 2 consumer groups, Century Foundation and Protect Borrowers, finds that